Kadijah, my adopted daughter. These are very troubling times. I just wanted to say to you that there are people in this world and in America that do not support what America is doing. I don't know why Donald Trump is still in office. I don't know why he's being allowed to continue to sit in that chair. The reason is this: America values have shifted off of reality. Christianity and the way people think and can't understand reality has taken over. Being a country that allows two parties, both sides, what happens? Both sides get farther and farther, to the point that you got boys that are mad that you don't call them ma'am, or girls that are mad that you don't call them sir, so far to the left or to the right. People like Donald Trump, who is doing what? I promise you what he's doing is trying to distract the world from him and his perverted acts with the Epstein files. You were not around when Bill Clinton was in office on the very day that Monica Lewinsky, the president of the United States, Bill Clinton, had an affair, a union between himself and an aide in the White House, a young woman, 22 years old. He was almost 50, 40-something. And he had an affair right in the White House on the day that she was going to go and be questioned by whoever it was. She was under court to go talk to, I don't recall, Supreme Court. On that very day, Bill Clinton ordered the bombing of a pharmacy in Sudan. And he said later that that was because he had intelligence that that pharmacy was supporting Al-Qaeda and that Osama bin Laden was there. And that's the reason why he attacked it at that point and just missed him. Well, after it's all over with, we learned that it was a pharmacy. It wasn't supporting Al-Qaeda, and he wasn't there. Bill Clinton bombed something that the world's not going to hold accountable for. And he did it on the very day that the woman he had an affair with was going to be talking to Congress. He tried to distract the world he tried to take the attention off of himself. Now, what is Donald Trump doing? Only on a huge scale, the very exact same thing. America has collapsed. I want you to know that. The values are not here. Even though there are people here that wish it was not so, there are too few of us. We cannot win anymore. To me, there is a point for me where I look at one group and I am appalled by the things they do, and another group and I'm appalled by that. There's this extreme variations that are growing and growing and is being allowed to infiltrate. I mean, it's just happening naturally and normally over time, and as the population grows. And what happens when humans are born? They're taught, they're conditioned in a way. And in America, in rural America, I can tell you exactly what's happened is that religion and conservative television have been pretty much the primary drive. You know what? You have to just understand something too, and I think you would understand this. If you sit back and look, there's different kind of brain types. There's some people that just believe and don't question. There's other people that process and they question and they see something different. Okay, so I am somebody who I can look at the problem with the two-party system that we've had right here is that there are people who are very capable of being open-minded thinkers that understand that good comes from everywhere, but that also bad comes from everywhere. And that's how we need to look. Not my tribe, my color, my race, my religion against yours. That's not the way it should be. That's how it starts. But we need to grow beyond that and say, you know what, within all of us, there's good people and bad people everywhere in the world. What's the difference? You know what happens, though, is that the balance is offset. The people that understand that are fewer compared to the people that don't. And I have my reasons that I have suspicions as to why that is, but I don't want to really talk about them. But eventually what happens when you give equal rights to everybody is that who has power are the people who have the most amount of voices with the least amount of cognitive skills, and that are not and that are really an us against them kind of a brain, instead of one that says, wait a minute, let's talk and be friends here. Let's work together on this planet instead of war together on this planet. There's too few of us. too many of them. Eventually, they take over. And that's what we're having. That's what's happening now. There's something else that you will observe as you would look at behavior like that from outside of it, from a different value system, and ask, what are those people doing? With the Epstein files, if you know that from where you are in the world, somebody that was in sex trafficking on a global scale including children, young underage boys and girls. And he had kept a lot of files and a lot of records, and a lot of people are named in that. And Bill Clinton, who we talked about, and Donald Trump both are in there. Yeah, what a surprise. Okay, so how bad has it been underneath the surface? And now, something done back then, Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, how horrible could that be? You know what? She was of legal age. They were in the White House during work hours. There was nothing illegal. It might have been immoral in our country. It was not okay. But what has happened now is so extreme and so severe, and people just turn a blind eye to it, where once it turned their stomach and it held them, I'm going to hold you accountable for this behavior. Now people do get hundreds of times worse, and people just don't even look anymore. It's been normalized. Not among everyone, but in many parts of the population, that's been normalized on a large scale. No president should ever get away with. Where are the values of the presidential support? In the same place. In my lifetime, if any president did one small amount of what Donald Trump did, they would have been impeached and taken out of office. What has happened now is that right-wing conservative people, the conservatives, are the ones who put Donald Trump in charge. Know that. It's not the liberals who are the weird, I don't know if I'm a boy or a girl. You know what? Those people get confused, but they're not killing us. However, by the same token, these continue to swing extreme farther and farther. So it's the acceptance of things that are incredibly liberal like that in a society. I mean, I support accepting of people being being born the way they are. I do. I support that. I don't support changing society to address somebody's choice of wanting to be called a certain gender or something like that when I believe that that's ridiculous, to the point that when the right-wing people have got somebody in office that are committing crimes, they don't care that that person is committing crimes as long as the person that allows the perversion. We don't want liberals there. We don't care what our conservative president does as long as there's not a liberal president there. So liberalism has helped create this problem. By driving so far one way, it goes the other way. It's a pendulum swinging back and forth. The farther it swings one way, the farther it returns. It can't be allowed to swing. A two-party system swings like that. The people over here that say, I don't like your confusion, and I don't like your color, and I don't like your country, and I don't like anything about you, that's the problem to humanity. Donald Trump is not doing the world any good. He's not doing the world any good. I'm not talking, America's done. But you know what? Donald Trump didn't take power. Donald Trump was put in power by the Christian conservatives. He's totally incapable and unqualified and still supported by people who are so dumb that they think this is God's plan. Well, all right, I wanted to say that. This is what's going on. There is big problems. Even if Donald Trump goes, the core of this country is still what put Donald Trump in charge. So who's next? In my lifetime, it swings to the left. One political vote. Next one to the right. Next one to the left a little farther. Next one to the right a little farther. And now that I'm an old man, it's swinging so far, it's collapsed. America has lost its way. It no longer has values. It had, like anybody, personal values to begin with, but nothing like this. Not only should Donald Trump not be there, but he's still being allowed to by people in this country. This country has gone. I wanted you to know that. I don't have anything good to say. I don't have anything promising to say. I look and I go, this is so depressing. The world is getting more full of people, and they're more scared, and they're more ignorant. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. I feel very bad about what's going on. I try to live my life day to day, just focused, because we have to do that, don't we? We don't want to get up and feel bad all day long. So you stop and you focus and you look at what around you needs taken care of and you work on that. But that doesn't change the fact that out here, all of that is going on, and what you're doing here is dependent upon this being healthy. This is getting unhealthy. And we're trying to stay healthy inside of this larger thing. I don't know what to say. I don't live in your world, so I don't know how to provide any sort of insights other than to say that I love humans. I love humanity. I really hate what is going on, and there's nothing I can do about it. It aggravates me and frustrates me to the point that I have to look away. And I'm so sorry that I can't do anything, that I can't fix this. I love you. Please feel free to share this with all of your family and to let them know that I care about them and I love them too. I don't remember everybody's names. I don't want to try now. So, but I know your spirit by your actions. We know people by the flowers from their gardens or their thistles. And you have flowers. And I hope I do too, but I've got some thistles, I know. All right, everyone, take care. Peace and love.